Okay, children, very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to study another very important concept of English, English language and literature both. Literature basically, this concept comes under English literature, but we should know it, and it is very commonly used, and we often come across the concept of literary devices. It is often asked in the examination, and sometimes you are asked to recognize what are the literary devices used in certain concepts. So today certain poems or stories or in English literature it is often asked. So today children we are going to do about the literary devices. What are literary devices, how are they used, when are they used, so forth and so on. So coming back to literary devices children, talking about literary devices. Literary devices are nothing, as the word devices itself means tools. Literary devices are tools that we use in English literature or in English language to make a piece of literature more appealing to the readers or the listeners. Okay, for example, if I say that you all are going to shine like the brightest stars in the paraphernalia, it does not mean that you will be there where the stars are, but just as the stars shine, you all are going to shine, I mean to say. So what I am trying to make you understand is that we assign certain I have assigned to you the quality of the star, that is the shine of the stars. So whenever we do this, whenever we take help of certain other things to express our feelings, in a more expressive, in a more influential manner, those tools, those devices are known as literary devices. And children, there are many literary devices and we are going to do each one of them. Literary devices are mostly used in poems, in stories and in dramas as well. But most of the literary devices you will find them in a poem. A poem consists of maximum number of literary devices. For example, if I say, you are looking very beautiful. For example, if I say, you are looking very beautiful. It is a plain sentence and all of you can understand that I am saying that you are looking very beautiful. But if I say you are looking as fair as a milk, your hairs are as glittery as a jewel. If I say you are looking as fair as a milk, your hairs are as glittery as a jewel. So in the second sentence I have written something which is somewhat very close to beautiful, but I have written it in a very impressive manner just to make it more influential and more attractive to the person who reads it, who listens to it. So whenever we are making a piece of literature, whenever we are actually assigning a sentence with certain phrases or words, words in order to make them more influential to the readers and the listeners, then we are making use of literary devices as fair as a milk, as glittery as a jewel. So now I think this must be clear to you all what are literary devices. Let's take one more example for it. Let's take one more example, children. If I say Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is Iron Man of India. Is Iron Man of India. Now children, when I am saying Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is Iron Man of India, it does not mean that Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was made up of iron. It simply means that Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel possesses the quality that might be compared with the quality of iron. That is the strongness that Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel possessed, but somewhat close to the strongness that is there in iron. So we have just made it more attractive, more influential, and more understanding to the person who reads it. So whenever we are doing this, children, then we are using literary device. Whenever we are making our content more attractive by using certain phrases or words, then we are using literary devices. So there are many literary devices. We are going to do one by one in a sequence. So firstly, now children, the first literary device about which we are going to talk is simile. Simile. Sorry, simile. Now children, you all must have come across the word simile. We have been coming across it since our early years when we started reading about English, when we started reading poetries. We have come across this word. We have come across this word simile. So simile means, simile is nothing. It is just a comparison. Comparison is done between two things using as or like or than. Comparison is done between two things using as or like or then we can say that we are using simile in a sentence. For example, if I say the wrestlers look as strong as an ox. If I say the wrestlers look as strong as an ox, they are not ox, but the quality that we are going to define about the wrestlers, their strength is just synonym to the strength of ox. That is why we say the wrestlers look as strong as an and their strongness is somewhat equal or defines somewhat close to the strongness of ox. The soldiers are as brave as a lion. The soldiers are not lion. No soldier can be a lion. They cannot be animals. They are human beings. But the braveness that a lion shows, the soldier's braveness, is somewhat similar to the braveness of a lion. Then if we say he is as funny as a monkey. No human being can be a monkey, but the funniness that a monkey possesses. Certain human beings, they also possess the same funniness in them. That is why we say that he is as funny as a monkey. We might say the young trainer is as cute as the young Taimur. We can talk about any specific individual and we can say the young Taimur is as cute as a kitten. A baby is as cute as a kitten. So whenever we are comparing using like, than or using as, like or than, then we are saying that a sentence contains a simile in it. Okay, whenever the comparison is done between two things using as, like or than in a sentence, then we can say that a sentence contains simile in it. Is this much clear to all of you? If it is clear, give thumbs up. Okay. Now children, the next figure of speech which we are going to discuss after simile is the metaphor. See children, in metaphor also the comparison is being made. Comparison is being made but the comparison is direct. The comparison is direct. That is, if I am saying that the comparison is direct, that means that we refer to one thing just by mentioning the other. We don't use the word as, than or like in a metaphor. Whenever there is, whenever this type of sentence is there, where one thing is referred, one thing is being referred by just mentioning the other, then children remember. Moving on to the next literary device, we are going to do the next literary device. It is alliteration. Children, have you all understood the difference between a simile and a metaphor? Just give thumbs up.
Ma'am?
Yes, yes, sir.
Metaphor is the way of explain कर दीजिए.
Okay. Now, children, now see, talking about metaphor, in simile we make comparison. Let me write one sentence. Now we will do next literary device, that is alliteration, but we will do in the next class because already time is about to be over. And children, please do not miss these classes. They will be very helpful to you. Once you move to class 11th, no one will explain you all this. It is there in class. It is explained in very initial stages, but I don't know how many of you know it. That's why I am explaining it. And there are many literary devices. In class 11, the questions are asked in such a way that you don't have to, the reference to the context type of questions are not there. They are long answer questions and literary devices are often asked in the examinations. So please children, follow whatever is being taught and once you understand this, you will never get confused, and you will never even forget in your life. Okay, it is just a simple differences that that we can use to differentiate between one literary device and the other. Clear?